When I try to figure out what I'm going to do, really, that's a question of decision-making. How do I weigh two options and make a decision? At work, even when a decision is hard, I have very little patience for indecisiveness. Sure, I'll let everybody try to figure it out on their own, I'll listen to different viewpoints, but when the team can't figure it out, then in 10 seconds, I'll make a decision. In 20 seconds, everybody will be happy about it. It's not as though I know everything. It's not that my decisions are always right. The reason that I force myself to be assertive is because people spend a lot of time making decisions that just really don't matter. There's a word for this: bike shedding. The idea is that people spend more time worrying about problems that are relatable instead of problems that are important. I'll explain. If a problem is important, then there's probably a dedicated expert putting together a report, and you might not even bother reading it or fact-checking it. You might just go ahead with it because they're the expert, you don't know that much about it. But if we're talking about what color to paint a bike shed, everybody can relate. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody's going to chime in. At work, I'm great at shutting down bike shedding, but in my personal life, surrounded by bike sheds on all sides. When I got a new health insurance from my work, my primary care physician was out of network, and I still haven't gotten a new checkup since then, because I haven't chosen between the thousands of possibilities nearby. Even when it's not something as important as health, anytime I want to buy something new, I have to check the reviews, I have to try to find something that's durable and sustainable and humanely made and a reasonable price, and say no to plenty of good options that just aren't perfect. And doesn't that even sound exhausting? The paradox of choice, when there's more options, usually makes it harder to make a decision rather than easier. Maybe it's no coincidence that my favorite ice cream place is Smitten. 4 flavors, no samples. All of it is excellent, but it makes the decision much easier. Some of my friends have described my preference for such a limited ice cream parlor as objectively wrong, and said that the true ice cream experience should be more like a salt and straw with dozens of flavors, and you spend a long time in line and you get a sample of everything. My design school professors might have called those ice cream samples rapid prototyping to find the best flavor. And don't get me wrong, as a kid, I was all about those free samples. But as an adult, I don't want to be a kid in a candy store. I just want something delicious and then be on with my day. Honestly, that's the one trick I've found for making decisions in my personal life. Just don't do it. Avoid making decisions at all costs. Decisions are hard. Get a favorite place, form a habit, whatever it takes. I mean, look at me today. Black shoes, black pants, black jacket, solid color shirt, and that's just like every other time you've seen me up here. And because I'm meticulous about scripting out my reflections, I don't even have to think about what to say. No decisions up here either. I know that we still have a few minutes before the time for prayer and meditation, but I did also want to say a brief prayer. May your day be full of joy and peace, and may you go through it without needing to make a single decision. And may no one tell me that Smitten Ice Cream and Patricia's Green closed during the pandemic. Blessed be.